Assalamu alaikum, this is Sajid and you're watching my YouTube channel, and in my today's video I'm going to teach you JavaScript numbers. Right guys, JavaScript numbers, let's start. And in JavaScript programming language there is only one type of number, yeah. So numbers can be written with or without decimals. Like in this example you can see here we have this number 3 without decimal, and this 3.14 is a number with decimal, yeah. So let's look at this code. Here we have the script, JavaScript, and we have two variables, let x is equal to 3.14 and let y is equal to 3, and then we are printing these two variables, right, x and y, and this is output 3.14 and 3. Okay, so what to do if we have large numbers or small numbers? So extra large or extra small numbers can be written with scientific exponent notation. For example, this is very large number 1 2 3 e power 5, right, or 10 power 5, and this is a small number 1 2 3 e negative 5. So this number 0.00123 can be written in this form, and this 123.00000 can be written as 123 e5, right? So this is called scientific or exponent notation to write large numbers or small numbers, and this is possible in JavaScript. So here we see here in our code, see here we have these two variables. X is equal to the 1 2 3 e power 5 and 1 2 3 e power minus 5. So when you print them out, you are getting with the numbers printed without these scientific notations, yeah. So this is how it works in JavaScript when writing the numbers with scientific notations, and when you have very large number and when you have a small number, right? So next let's look at the next topic or concept is how numbers are actually stored in JavaScript. So for your information, JavaScript numbers are always 64-bit floating point numbers. So as you know, in many other programming languages like Java or C++ or Python or whatever, you have JavaScript does not define different type of numbers like integers, short, long, floating point, etc. You might have noticed this in other programming languages where different type of numbers are defined with the where we can have different type of numbers can be defined there. So but in JavaScript we have only one type. JavaScript numbers are always stored as double precision floating point numbers following the IEEE 754 standard, okay. And this format stores numbers in 64 bits. So whenever you define a number, 64 bits are assigned to your number, where the fraction is stored in bits 0 to 51. Here your initial 0 to 55 bits, total 52 bits, they are used to store value, right, or fraction, and then bits 52 to 62 are used to store exponent, and last bit 63 is used to store sign. Okay, now let's look at the integer precision. Here this is important point you need to know or remember that the numbers are stored in 64 bits, and this is the division of exponent value and a sign. And then we have integer precision. So how long a number can be in JavaScript? So the thing is, integers, numbers without a period or exponent notation are accurate up to 15 digits. So here you can see an example. This is 99999. These are 15 nines, and this is the maximum accurate number in JavaScript. But if you write this number which is has 16 nines, and when you print them out they become 10000, so which is not accurate. So in JavaScript we cannot have numbers more than 999 up to like 15 numbers. Here you can count them. These will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, right? So this is the maximum number, correct number we can have in JavaScript. And the maximum number of decimals is 17. Okay, then we need to look at the floating precision. Floating point arithmetic is not 100% accurate in JavaScript. Just look at these two numbers. If you add them, 0.2 plus 0.3, 0.2 plus 0.1, it should be 0.3. But here we have this answer. Yeah, this is 4 at the end is like creating confusion. So where it is coming from? So in floating point precision is low in JavaScript calculations, and one way to solve above problem is to multiply and divide things with 10. Here we are multiplying the number with 10 and dividing by 10. And see, let's y here. So we have multiplied 0.2 with 10 and 0.1 with 10 and divided by 10, and now the answer is 0.3, which is the correct answer. So the message I want to convey you here, that floating point arithmetic is not always 100% accurate in JavaScript. Other important concept, adding numbers and strings. Warning: JavaScript uses the plus operator for both addition and concatenation. So numbers are added, numbers are concatenated with the same symbol or operator, which is plus operator. So this can create confusion. So you need to be very clear about how this will behave in different situations. This operator, right? So if you add two numbers, the result will be a number, right? So you're adding here 10 into 20. The number is 30. The answer is 30. That is a correct number, because you had both numbers. Now if you have two strings, and strings are are noted by having two quotes, single quote or double quote around the number, and if I am going to add them up, the answer is 1020. It's not 30, because it is a concatenation operation, not addition operation. Okay. And if you have one number and one string, what will happen? So you are adding 10 into 20, so answer will be 1020 again, because the first number is number and second one is a string. Okay, and if you add a string and a number, now we are doing the reverse thing, and let's see the answer, and answer is still same. Yeah, and a common mistake is to expect this result to be 30. Here what we are doing, we are having 10 plus 20, okay, and we have, and z is the result is a text, then we have a concatenation symbol, and then we are adding x plus 20, but the answer is, the result is 1020. Why it is happening like this, we will see shortly. Okay, so the common mistake is to expect this result to be 10 20 30. Here we have first two numbers as numbers and third number as a string. So in this situation, what's going to happen? Okay, so in this situation, what's going to happen? We have 30 30, so it means first two numbers 10 and 20 are being added up, and then third number is being concatenated. So what's the reason behind this? Let me tell you. The reason behind above answers are the answer is that the JavaScript interpreter works from left to right. So keep remember this is a very important concept. So first 10 plus 20 is added because x and y are both numbers, so when operation is performed from left to right, 10 and 20 is added up, and then 30 plus 30 is concatenated because z is a string. So that's why we have this result as 30 30. You can see here. So never forget this concept. JavaScript interpreter works from left to right. So So this is the key message, a key point to be memorized or understood. Okay, students, next concept is numeric strings. Here we have JavaScript strings can have numeric content, like we have let x is equal to 10, this is a number, and let y is equal to let x is equal to 100, it's a number, and then let y is equal to 100 with double quotes around it, this is a string. So if I divide these two, x and y, here in this example, what you expect? Yeah, the JavaScript will try to convert strings to numbers in all numerical operations, and this will work. So let's look at here in this example, when we are dividing 100 with 100 and both are string, and the answer z is actually 10, it means JavaScript converts the strings to numbers before division and gives us the right answer. So next look this multiplication example. What do you expect? What's gonna happen here? Yeah, we have 10 to multiply by 100, its answer is 1000, and again JavaScript has nicely converted strings to numbers before multiplication and giving us the right answer. And this will work fine as well. The negative operation, the minus operation, we are subtracting 10 from 100 and the answer is 90. So again the conversion is done by JavaScript itself without any mistake. But now here is the magic or problem or confusion. Now this will not work. This means the plus operator, because we have studied above, the plus symbol is doing two things. One, it performs the addition, and it also is used to concatenate the strings, right? So when we are so here it will not convert these strings to numbers, rather it will concatenate them, and the answer will be 110, 10010, right? So JavaScript will not convert strings to numbers when adding, so keep remember this important point. Okay, so in this example, plus operator is being used to concatenate the string. So next concept we're gonna study is nan. Nan is not a number. Nan is a JavaScript reserve word indicating that a number is not a legal number. Trying to do arithmetic with a non-numeric string will result nan, not a number. So for example, if I'm going to divide 100 by apple, so what's going to happen? When divide a number with a text, the answer will be wrong. This is not possible. So it means we got an error that nan means there is some information which is not a number, which is being used in this arithmetic operation, right? So however, if the string contains a number value, the result will be a number. Yeah, this we have already studied. We are dividing 100 by 10, and 10 is converted to number before division, and answer is 10. Okay, so we can use global JavaScript function known as isNan to find out if a value is not a number. So let's see, we are dividing x 100 by apple, and then we are checking if x is not a number. Isnan x, so answer is true. It means when dividing 100 by apple, the result is not a number, and this is true. Okay, so next look at watch out for nan. If you use nan in a mathematical operation, the result will also be a nan. So let x is equal to nan and y is equal to nan. So when we are adding them, okay, so it will be nan, right? Okay, so if you use nan in a mathematical operation, the result will also be a nan, right? N-A-N, not a number. Or result might be a concatenation like nan 5. So in this example, we have two variables, x is nan, y is a string. So as you know, this operation will be calculated from left to right, and x is nan, and then concatenation happens with 5, so answer is nan 5. Okay, so we can know also nan is a number. Yeah, type of nan returns number. Yeah, so type of method is used to know the type of certain variables. So here we have a variable let x is equal to nan, and when we are trying to know its type with using type of x, the answer is a number, so nan is a number. The next concept which we're gonna study is infinity. So infinity or negative infinity is the value JavaScript will return if you calculate a number outside the largest possible number in JavaScript. So for example, this is what is an interesting example where you have a string, we have a script, and let my number is equal to 2 and let text is equal to a string. Okay, what we're gonna do, we are having a while loop, and my number is actually a result is not equal to infinity, so my number is equal to number by number. We are multiplication the two numbers and storing in the same variable, and then displaying this number with the help of this document.getElement by id demo.inner.html. So see the result on the right side. We have 4, 16, 256, 65,000. Then we have a 4 to 9 long number. Then 1844 very long number. And then we enter exponent domain. And then we have very large number 1.34 power 154. And then we have infinity. So it means this is the maximum result we can achieve with the multiplication of 2. Okay, 2 by 2 by 2, like we are multiplying the result with itself. So this is the result, and here infinity says I can't do multiplication anything more than this. Okay, so similarly division by 0 also generates infinity. So here we have we are dividing 2 by 0 and negative 2 by 0, and the answer is either infinity or negative infinity. So this was our calculation here. Okay, so infinity is a number. Yeah, type of infinity returns a number. So see here, infinity, we have infinity. Type of infinity is a number, right? So nan is a number, infinity is a number. Now let's look at some more interesting thing, that is hexadecimal. JavaScript interprets number constants as hexadecimal if they are preceded by 0x. So here we have a number, let x is equal to 0x55. So this will be considered as hexadecimal number, and when printed it will print out 255 in decimal, right? So keep remember, whenever you're putting 0x before these constants, it will be treated as hexadecimal number. So never write a number with a leading 0. This is a tip for you, like 07. Some JavaScript versions interpret numbers as octal if they are written with the leading 0. Right, so keep remember this important point. Next, by default JavaScript displays number as base 10 decimal. Okay, so all numbers which are being displayed on screen, these by default are base 10 decimal numbers, but you can use toString method to output numbers from base 2 to base up to base 36. Okay, so hexadecimal is base 16, hexadecimal is base 10, octal is base 8, binary is base 2. Okay, right, so let's look at this example. In this example, what's going to happen? We have a number. Let my number is 32. Okay. Okay, so what's going to happen? My number is 32, and this I am displaying here decimal 32. And when I'm applying toString method, or calling toString method on this number, and put the base inside this round brackets, the result will be in that particular, you can say, base format, right? Like here we have base 2 to base 36. So when we are showing 32 into base 2, the answer is 100000. So this is representation in binary of the number 32. In octal, 32 is written as 40. In decimal, 32 is 32 because this is by default base 10 representation. Duodecimal is 28, hexadecimal is 20, duo trigesimal, I believe, maybe pronunciation should be wrong. So we divide it as 10 in hexa. Trigesimal is called W. So this is the way to represent the same number, which is 32, in different base systems. And in JavaScript, by default, the base system uses base 10, which is also known as decimal, right? Okay, let's move forward. JavaScript numbers as objects. Normally JavaScript numbers are primitive values created from literals. Like we define the number with this definition of a variable like let x is equal to 1 to 3. But numbers can also be defined with the new keyword. Okay, so we can write also let y is equal to new number 1, 2, 3. So these two are the same numbers, but one is defined using new keyword and one is using primitive value with JavaScript literals here. Example, so here we have two numbers, yeah, and we are printing them out and also trying to know, we are just not printing, but we're trying to know the type. And type of x is a number and the type of y is an object, yeah. So this is the difference. One is a number, one is an object. So do not create, this is a tip for you, do not create numbers with objects. The new keyword complicates the code and slows down execution speed. So number objects can produce unexpected results, right? And at the end, what we're gonna do, we are going to compare the operator. We are using this equal operator on x and y and see if they are equal or not. And yes, they are equal. X is equal to 5 and y is equal to new number 500, and the answer is true. They both are equal because they have the same value. When using equal operator, I mean x and y are not equal, right? So why is that? Here answer is false because the difference between these two things, equal and equal, yeah, equal is true or false. This is true. Sorry, here we have equal true or false. Yeah, here we have both objects. In our previous example, we had one number and one object. So here when we are comparing two objects, the answer is false. They are not comparable. And in this one, equal, this is also false. So the conclusion from this exercise is that comparing two JavaScript objects always returns false, right? So that's the concept I wanted to convey here. So I'll be wrapping back my video here. We have learned a lot of concepts. We have seen how to compare objects and numbers, what's the difference in them, hexadecimal operations, infinity, NaN, and a lot of many things we have learned in today's video. So I hope my video has been important for you. You did learn a lot of concepts. I'll be back with another video very soon. Till that time, take care. Bye bye and Allah Hafiz.